Hi, I'm Paul Callahan, the chef here at the Herb Lyceum in Groton, Massachusetts. Today I'm going to show you a easy curry rub that you can rub onto pretty much anything. So to start, I have some curry powder, a little cayenne pepper, a little coriander ground, and a little bit of ground cumin. So basically what you want to do is just mix that all together, and then we're going to rub this onto a steak. What I have here is a piece of skirt steak. You can use flank steak, you even use a piece of tenderloin. But one thing when you are dealing with flank steak or skirt steak, you always want to make sure that you remember which way the sinew is going in this cut of meat. So usually this way it's going from left to right, not the long way. This is for when you slice it, you want to go against the grain. That way it's a little less chewy. So what I'm going to do is just take my little rub that I've made, sprinkle it on as much as you want. It has some heat, so just be aware. Both sides is good. I like mine a little bit more spicy, so I'm just going to add a little bit more than normal. And basically just throw this into a refrigerator and let it kind of marinate for about an hour. I wouldn't do overnight. It doesn't need that long shelf life. So that's it, and I'll show you how to cook it. So now that I just pulled the skirt steak out of the refrigerator, I'm going to season it up, get my pan going, and kind of start searing it off. If it's a beautiful day and you have a grill outside, you can just as much use the grill, if not your stovetop. So I like to use white pepper. Again, it's a little bit more floral. So I like to season a little bit, a little heavy. Some of this will fall off, especially if you're working on a grill. A lot of this will just go right through the grates. So always season both sides. And now I'm just going to wait a second for my oil to come up to temp. One thing when you're dealing with hot oil, this applies to fish, or even if you're going to do sear a piece of chicken, you always want to start with the protein in the front of you and then layer it towards the back. That way none of the oil gets splashed up on you. Especially working with a black pan, it's hard to tell how much oil, the depth of the oil. So it's just a thought to keep in mind. I put about maybe half a cup of oil in there. Kind of seems like a lot, but what I want to do is kind of shallow fry this piece of steak because it is so thin. And once it starts cooking about maybe another 30 seconds to a minute, I'm going to add in some butter, kind of baste it. This also adds another flavor component. The butter will start to brown a little bit. You get a little bit nuttiness in there. Considering this is really thin, I would say maybe about 2 minutes to a side, if that. So you just kind of want to keep your eye on it. So now I'm going to add my butter. I get about 2 tablespoons. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start basting the steak. So what this is also doing is cooking the top of it as the bottom cooks. It's a little bit faster. So basically you can kind of just pull this off a little bit. You can see the butter starting to froth, it's starting to brown. It's getting some beautiful color. I could smell all the aromas from the rub, from the butter. I'm just going to take a quick little peek at the bottom. So you can see that nice sear is going on. Like I said, about another 2 more minutes on this side. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit, just to kind of compensate the duration of the cooking process. And then there you have it. So now the skirt steak is done, pan searing in the pan. I just put it on a little bit of cloth just to kind of drain some of the fat. And basically from here, what you can do is just, if you have people coming over for dinner, you can either just slice this up, have it ready for them, or even family style, just pieces like that whole, and just some of this nice tomato ginger relish with fresh herbs. So this relish is really nice because it's really fresh and has a lot of really nice fresh herbs like a little bit of some basil, some mint to kind of cool down some of the heat from the curry powder and the cayenne pepper. So it's a good balance. So enjoy.